Before we get into today's episode, I just want to take a moment to say this. If you or someone you know is struggling, please reach out. You can call or text 988 or visit 988lifeline.org for free support. You can also find help at psychologytoday.com or headsupguys.org. And if you're local, the Calming Center and Bethany's team are doing incredible work over there. Remember, you're not alone. How are you, dude?
Dude, I'm cool. Had a nice workout this morning. How was your workout?
Great. I mean, you didn't show up when you were supposed to.
No, I told you I had to. I told you that I had to take my kids to school and that I'd be there as soon as I was done with that, and I was, and that was where.
That is true. So honestly, it's been kind of great, dude. So I started last week.
Yeah.
Set this freaking ridiculous goal for myself. You already know what it is. It's, I'm trying to lose 27 pounds in a month, and that's probably the most unhealthiest thing for anybody. And
I wouldn't say that.
For you.
I wouldn't say that. That's an impressive goal, and it can be done.
It's a hard goal. It's intense right now. Like, you already got on to me this morning because, like, I was going too intense and, high reps and all this fun stuff. But it's been really good. Honestly, it's been really weird at first, like, getting back into it. And my body is extremely sore, extremely tired. Like, I did arms, like, Wednesday of last week. And they didn't get, like, unsore until Monday or Tuesday of this week. Like, I couldn't even move my, like, elbow. Yeah, don't even, dude. Don't even. But other than that, like, so I set this ridiculous goal. I started out at like 242.2 is the weight.
Precise,
yeah. So I'm going off exact measurements. And
okay.
So how do you feel about weighing yourself every day? Like, do you believe that you should weigh yourself every day after your workout, or are you one of those that's like, don't step on the scale but once a week?
Dude, I've been both. I'm really you got to understand right now, I'm in my normal guy era. I'm just a normal dude, man. I'm out here doing normal guy stuff. And I've been where you are with like extreme desire, extreme goals, and extreme drive and work ethic to actually achieve that. And so, I mean, for me, it really depends on like what mode I'm in, what season of my life I'm in. Like right now, I said I'm in my normal guy. I'm just a normal dude right now. I'm not the crazy Ben that. And I was driving my car the other day. I was like, because I ran into somebody that like met me or had not met me but had heard of me, and was like, the expectation for me to be this like crazy over the top character was like up here, and I'm just like down here. But to answer your question, it really depends on what motivates you in that. Like right now, I don't need to see my weight every day.
Yeah, like, you don't check it every time.
But you set your goal on a time crunch. So, I mean, that's part of your plan to achieve that goal. Going back to what we were talking about in last week's episode, like that's what you decided to do. That's the time frame that you decided to do it. That's how you're going to achieve it. So by weighing yourself every day, making sure that you're on track with that ultimate goal, you got 3 weeks left?
Yeah, after this week, it's 3 weeks left.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to hit it by December 1st is the goal. And if I don't, I'm not even gonna say nothing. I have to hit 27 pounds. That's the goal.
You would have had a better chance of hitting 27 pounds if you would have stayed in that sauna with me for 4 minutes today instead of walking out.
So the reason why
4 minutes on the clock left to go.
The reason why I asked that is because, like, I've been told, hey, don't check your weight every day. Don't check your weight every day. But honestly, it doesn't bother me to check my weight every day. It's really weird. So like I'm doing extreme stuff like we've talked about before. It's, low weight, high rep situation, a lot of cardio.
To be fair,
I fast all day.
I think we both have trained harder than what you've prescribed yourself right now. But I mean, to where I'm coming from, it's just it is a lot, and to be able to recover from that is the whole point. So I mean, as long as you got that locked down, then by all means go ape shit. But
it's good though. So like it's tiring, but my body feels like it's starting to recover. And now I'm trying to figure out my sleep schedule. So like Dakota gets aggravated with me too, because like we've been staying up till 12, 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, like watching our shows or just talking and hanging out. And now it's like I want to be in bed by like 9:30, 10 o'clock, if not earlier, passing out. Like I can't keep my head up. It's just I'm ready to go to sleep.
Yeah.
You know, because I'm getting up early and taking Everett to school and then going straight to the gym.
Yeah.
And I'm in there for 2 hours. You know.
Yeah.
And so that's the challenge. And so the reason why I brought that up is just because like people are always like, oh, don't check the scale. But honestly, it's never bothered me. So now I check it. But now I have set it to where I still check it every day. It's really weird. But I don't count my measurements until Monday morning after the gym and then Friday morning after the gym. That's my actual weigh-ins.
What you have to understand is like most of the, and I know that you do, maybe most people don't, but like, but stepping on the scale every day, the fluctuations that you can see, and I'm speaking from like a personal standpoint. I don't have any like stats or research pulled up here to prove this, but like especially when your goal is weight loss or even weight gain, because there have been periods when I've been trying to like gain weight. Stepping on the scale, like you might go work out for 2 hours insanely hard, sit in the sauna, and then step back on the scale and you're 2 pounds lighter than what you were that morning, right?
Yeah.
Most of that's water.
Yeah.
Okay. Like most people are carrying around, it's not fat is what, and I have this conversation a lot with a lot of people.
It's a lot of water weight.
It's water weight and inflammation stemming from diet in conjunction with fat. So like,
well, most of the time I weigh more after the gym. Like if I weigh when I wake up in the morning,
because that
as soon
water,
as I wake up,
that water's just sitting in your stomach at that point. You
well,
know what I'm saying? It hasn't
I fully undress, like I take a shower and everything like that, dry off, and then it's like I'll weigh after the gym, and sometimes I'm heavier. But the reason why is because I'm drinking as much water as possible at the gym.
That's the to me the answer to the question is like it really depends on the person and what they're trying to do, the goal. You know what I'm saying? And they're if you know that you have an ability to like a fast metabolism, if you know that you have an ability to eat a lot and then not really see any weight scale fluctuations, and maybe not. But if you're one of these people like me, I eat 2 pieces of Halloween candy and then like it just jumps up like 1.5 pounds.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it doesn't really bother me because I'm not in a mode of like extreme athleticism or transformative training. You know what I mean? So, but I mean, I'm glad that's going well for you.
It's fun. It's been a challenge, dude.
For the first time in my life, dude, again, going back to that normal dude thing, like I'm in the gym. The last time we had said, I think I had like 2 or 3 consecutive workouts in. I got 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks of stuff in. I just, not doing anything crazy. I think the craziest workout I had was when you and I went the other day. And I was sore. I was sore for a good bit, and it felt good. Like but I was just like, yeah, dude, I'm not trying to. Like my legs hurt right now from. I did 4 sets of 20. You inspired me. I did 4 sets of 20 on leg press, and then 4 sets of 20 of leg extensions, and then for some reason, dude, I'm weird like this. Like 4 times 20 is 80, so that's 20 reps shy of 100. So like in my mind, I was like, dude, like I'm 40 reps shy of 200 reps. Like now, and then I was like, well, take a step back. Like, we're just getting back into it, bro. Like the fact that you showed up, you burned 100, 200 calories on cardio. You're going to go sit in the sauna. You're stretching. I'm getting blood flow, dude. And that's cool for me right now. Don't get me wrong. I do feel like something like stirring inside of me that will, maybe one morning I'll wake up and be like, all right, this is it. Let's roll. You know what I mean? But like right now, dude, I'm really just enjoying.
You're just enjoying it right now.
The pace of everything that I like. I'm at a good pace with work. I'm at a good pace with the gym. Everything's cool with the kids. Everything's cool with my relationship. Like, dude, I'm just another normal dude out here, man.
Mine's really weird, dude. Like every year at the end of the year, I always do this. I don't know why I always hit it. It's like
I always have before, but I'm telling you, dude, like
I don't know what it is. I think it's because like the weather changes, it gets darker sooner. I'm just like, man, this sucks.
Let me tell you something.
I gotta hit it.
Listen, we're going to talk about this, and then I want to talk about music. We'll segue into music, and how we'll do that is how you feel about listening to music while training. That we'll segue into music. I
want to get out of the gym conversation anyway because we got some stuff coming up that's going to be, I think it's going to be exciting. We got some people wanting to come on that's going to talk about it, and it's going to be fun.
Okay. Oh, okay. I forgot. I was getting ready to, okay. All right, cool. I forgot about that. So I'm glad you did. Then I'll hold what I had because, I mean, it was probably going to be another 5-10 minutes of gym stuff.
No. We can roll out of that. But really, what I want to do is like what we talked about before, like what we've done since we started this is, I really want to do our weekly check-ins, man. How are you holding up? Like, how are you doing now? Like, are you
Dude.
doing? How's everything going?
Okay, that's cool.
How's work?
In conjunction, like following up that normal guy stuff, like everything's cool. Like I'm right now. I'm in a season of like I'm chill. Like I'm
you're just
chilling,
chill.
bro. I'm happy. I'm
Like,
taking
not
care.
stressed, nothing. Like,
I mean, I think everybody's gonna have stress. Like you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying. Like I had to drop almost $1,000 to fix my car. But now my car's fixed and it's getting colder and it might snow and I know that my vehicle is safe for my children. Like whatever, and kind of comparatively, like that's a blessing in itself. That's something that I don't have to worry about, and I'm grateful that I was able to take care of that. Really progressing with this, dude. I'm gonna be. I might be like. I'm trying to think of his name, dude. Electro, from Spider-Man, the villain or whatever. He's got like lightning coming out. He's got lightning powers, dude. I'm gonna be Electro by the end of this. I'm getting nice with this electrical stuff, bro. I'm just gonna leave it at that. But
that's
like,
good though.
I'm excited and I'm proud of that.
You've been working. I mean, really, you've been working really hard at that. That's the ultimate goal, like the end game. The electrical side of stuff. Now, once you get to that point, how's it going to work with? And you don't even have to answer this because I know it's kind of personal. But how's it going to go with like sleeper sweepers? Are you going to kind of just start to step back a little bit from that and then focus more on electrical when you do get your degree in the next like when you get your license in the next couple of years? Have you decided?
It's my phone still rings for sleeper sweepers, and I mean people still need help. I still actually every week. I go and I service she's been one of my best clients. She's one of my favorite clients. She is, last week they called hospice. So, I mean, it's a delicate situation with that. So, I mean, and I enjoy, she's an elderly woman and like, I enjoy going over there and like spitting game to her and like, cause it makes her day, bro. I'm telling you, like, she's awesome. And I
like hearing the stories that they have to tell too. It's
well, dude, she's invested in mine. Like she's asking me, like, dude, every week I go over there and she's like, "How's you and your little girlfriend?" And I'm like, dude, like this is like it's great. You know what I'm saying? So, but like my phone still rings for my business.
Yeah.
And this is gonna sound crazy, but like now that my plan has shifted. Now that like I know what I want to do, and it's not so much over here. Like when I started my business, dude, I wanted it to be like have 3 vans, couple trucks, multiple crews, multiple jobs every day, and that still might happen at some point. That's just not my ultimate prerogative anymore. Like the phone still rings, it still works. I'll still help people when I can. And I mean, it's still, Christmas is coming up. That's going to be helpful for me and my family. You know what I mean? But like right now, I'm really prioritizing everything going on.
Yeah.
Like I'm leaving town tomorrow morning and then I'll be back Sunday, but then Sunday I'm turning around and leaving and I won't be back until Wednesday. And then Wednesday when I get back, I got to I'm really looking forward to it, but I got to be a dad in those. I get
You
to.
get to be
I got to, but like I have to show up, you know what I mean? I got to be that. So,
and it's kind of weird because like you're back to not touring, but you are kind of touring, but you're doing it like every other weekend now to help them out a little bit.
It's really just something, like I'm a friend, and I told my buddy, I was like, look, man, if anything happens with, if you ever need a hand, just let me know and I'll see what I can do. Just like, when you called me and you said you wanted me here, I was like, all right, dude, I'll help you out. And he called me and just having a hard time. And it's not personally right now, especially now that I find myself in a new relationship. Like it's not necessarily something that I can't say I'm unhappy to go. You know what I'm saying? Because I love it and I love the guys and like the travel. And I mean, I told somebody at our reunion, that I had traveled with a band recently, and she was like, "What? Like, and got paid?" And I was like, "Yeah." And she was like, "Dude, that's awesome." Like, dude, like, what are you talking about? Like, it is really cool. But at the same time, I'm missing time from my children, and I have found myself in a new relationship that's here. So for me to go out, how is she going to feel about that? Like, how is that going to affect? Like, I I'm not going to use the term or phrase or expression. I'm not thrilled about it, but like,
because you get to be back where you were originally at, but
and I get
to
paid. I'm
you,
getting paid, dude. That's the main
yeah,
motivator, right? Like,
yeah, like
I'll be honest. Like, I'm excited to see all those guys, but like,
you're getting paid to do it.
it's a job, and I
yeah.
enjoy it. But
and you get to hang out with them and everything. But I mean, with that, with like your new relationship and stuff like that, we've talked about like your separation and everything. Are you kind of like worried on that point, going back and joining the band? How your new relationship's going to go? Like,
No.
are you really worried about that or anything? Have you talked to her about it?
No, yeah. I mean, she's,
I mean, she's independent.
yeah, she's like, we're cool on that front and
Yeah.
everything, but like that some weekends, some weekends, like I get the kids and then some weekends I don't. And so
Right.
that's on the weekends that I don't, I'll be working, but like to her, that's more time that we could have been together.
Yeah.
And, I said, listen, I'm sorry. I got to do what I got to do. Like, I
you're-
just had to drop
Yeah.
$1,000 in my car. Like, I have expenses. And even if I was focusing on my business, like most entrepreneurs out there, regardless of their industry, will understand that some parts of the year are typically slower than others.
Yeah.
And right now, people are getting ready for Thanksgiving, and then next month is people are getting ready for Christmas.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, might be a little bit more conservative. Really, the only calls that I'll get this time of year are 2 or 3 hosting parties. People are hosting Thanksgiving at their house and need it deep cleaned, or Christmas or anything like that. And maybe not even their whole house, maybe just like where the family's coming over.
Right.
So like things are slowing down for me in that front. Really focusing hard on this electrical, helping out the band where I can, trying to be a dad, relationship, doing this pod. I mean, I got a lot going on, but
Yeah,
I mean,
you're everywhere. You're everywhere. That's why I really want to
but
get
I'm
back
cool.
to like the whole.
But I'm cool.
Yeah.
I'm doing well. How are you doing, bro?
I'm here, dude. I'm here. It's a very weird year for us. It's
I can imagine. I mean,
it's really kind of odd. So like, the past 3 years, I think is what it was, 3-4 years. Dakota's been, I can't say just Dakota, but like she's been balls to the wall, and like I'm right there with her. Like so we've been constantly working at the wedding venue, and like in the last episode we talked about it. She kind of had to step back from that because of her not her mental health, but her physical health. Like how it was taking a toll on her body, and like her being able to handle so much, and like it's really. I told her, I was like, look, you're going to have to step back. So it's really been like a different game changer. It's really weird. So like we both work for ourselves. So like she runs her business, and then where we bought the company, it's just like, I don't know, dude. It's honestly, it's stressful. Like you asked me last night how it was. It's really weird because like I don't know how to even explain it. I'm not stressed, but I am stressed at the same time. I guess it's because me and her are both trying to find ourselves now and trying to get back into the workflow, because like we've been out of work for 3 weeks, 2-3 weeks, right? I think this is going on 3rd week. So we finally just now stepped back into like, hey, we can do this. And she can't do everything fully still. Like she's pushing herself because the doctor's like, hey, look, I can't tell you where you're going to be at with your shunt, so we're going to have to figure this out. So she's trying to get up. He's trying to make her get up, and I'm trying to be there with her and say, hey, look, we have to get you up and do this and get you moving, so that way he can figure out if we need to adjust the shunt up or down, if we have to do another lumbar puncture, what our next game is, know? And so it's been that challenge, and trying to get back into work and trying to figure out where we're at in life. And it's just like, it's weird because like we've slowed down because like every Thursday, Friday, Saturday, mostly some Sundays, we were constantly venue running, and that's a great thing. We loved it. Like that's like we did it forever. We've done it for a long time, and now it's just really hard and weird for both of us because like it's hurt her to have to step back. Yeah. Because like she loves that. She loves helping her brides. She's had so many people reach out to her and it's like, hey, like you made our wedding this, like you've made this special for us. And it's like you get those letters in the post, like in the mail and stuff like that, and it's crazy because like we'll still get Christmas letters from like 80% of her brides. It's really it's awesome. It's really weird, but
that
it's very
says a
awesome.
lot about y'all.
Yeah.
And, to be fair, man, like I understand what you're talking about when you say it's weird, because you had a couple of big shifts happen all at one time, and arguably one of the busier parts of the year. And so now there's just a lot, and getting back into the flow of not only finding finding work to replace that, or even just finding, not even necessarily work, just time management, where to spend your time, how to do it, managing your health. I mean, all of those things are difficult to navigate for a normal person, especially. I mean, I can't imagine what it would be like for someone that just got out of brain surgery, and then you're over here with your own physical transformative aspirations and goals, and then you got 2 kids. Like, yeah, no, I mean, to be fair, man, you got a lot going on, but I think you're doing a great job. I think you're doing a great job.
It's fun, man. So it's a weird change, it's a weird shift for us, and like, trying to keep up the podcast, and I really want this to be something. So it's just like, hey, I have to stick with it. I have to stick with it. It's just like hit it.
I have to do.
Food Rush picks up. Food Rush picks up at the end of the year, but like the media company kind of steps back.
I have to do a better job of paying attention to our socials, because like I was scrolling the other day, and then like,
well, you're not really a social media guy. That's what people don't understand about like
not anymore. Like, I used to sell cars. And before that, back whenever I had that podcast with Dustin, back whenever he and I were doing that show, and around that time in my life, I was really getting into sales and marketing and whatnot. So, I mean,
you were pushing that way more.
I was pushing that, and then I was pushing the car sales. I mean, I was making 2 or 3 videos or car posts a day on Facebook. And then like I tour with a band, and part of what I do for them is their social media, content and management. So it's like the last several years of my life have revolved around social media.
Yeah.
And whenever that can be good and that can be bad. I personally, if I didn't have a business, dude, I would have a flip phone. I would have a burner phone from Walmart right now that, have to hit 3 buttons to get a letter. Like,
yeah.
I would love to say that I'm a stoic individual. Like, I mean, but I'm not by definition, but like, as far away and removed from the rest of the world, I guess, like I could be, like, is where I really feel comfortable.
Yeah.
It's going back to that Homer Simpson thing. Like, I mean, I'm just receding up into myself.
It's really weird because like with us, man, like Dakota is the social media person. It's not me. Like I am trying to get back in. I'm trying to get to posting. I do not like it, man. It's really weird for me. I don't know.
For me, dude, the whole
weird.
premise of having an artificial space where anyone can get up there and say things, and then you wait for other people to react to that. Like, the whole premise behind that is just something that, like, and maybe that's the way that I look at it. Maybe I have a problem with like the way that I view social media and whatnot. But at the same time, dude, I had like 3 Snapchats and Instagrams in high school. I've had like 2 Facebooks and I had a MySpace. Like, I mean, I grew up with it, and then like now you don't. Now you really don't. I mean, I don't have time. I don't have time for it. And honestly, if I did, I would rather spend it playing guitar, or playing with my children, or spending time with my relationship. Like, she actually said something the other day. She was just like, whenever we go Facebook public with this, and I was just like, it's not really a thing for me. Like, if you want to post a picture of us, you absolutely can. Like, and I have to do it. I have to try to remember too that, like, hey, maybe not everyone looks at social media the same way that you do. Maybe somebody, that is a gratifying part of a relationship to, hey, you know what? Like, my partner posted a picture of us and wants people to know that we're together. There are other people out there that like specifically don't do that and withhold their partner because, I mean, the world's filled with like crazy, all this other, all this other crap. Okay. So like, no, I'm not really on social media that often.
No. Yeah. Like, you get on it every once in a while and you'll see something, but like, that's where it's weird because
I don't want you to fault me for that, because whenever I do, I hope you get spam notifications, because like I'll go to like MENTAlk, I'll go to y'all's pages, and like if I haven't, I'll scroll down to like the last video that I liked or commented, and I'll just double tap all the way up because I'm loyal. And if any of you guys need some likes or reposts, just let me know and I got you. Tit for tat, help us grow.
He'll do it like once every 3 weeks.
Yeah, and I'll be like, wait a minute, I gotta log back in. But I'm just a normal guy, man. I'm doing normal guy stuff, and
you're talking about the spam stuff. You can tell when you get on social media.
Yeah, you really can.
It's like Benjamin Nichols. I'm like, Jesus, Ben. I'm like, hey, it's great. Finally, you hop on. But like, I'm the same way, so it's really hard because. Yeah. To make this to go somewhere, you're like, hey, you need to let's post this, post that, and I'm just like,
well, yeah, but imagine,
man, it's a lot.
And this happened to me the other day, man. and I was sending an email for Sleeper Sweepers actually, and I was working, and this is something that you balance as a parent and as an entrepreneur. But I was standing there with my phone writing an email, and my daughter had been trying to talk to me for like 2 minutes, and I'm in like email mode. I was like, "Yeah, baby, just 1 minute. Daddy's working. 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute." And before I even got halfway through that, I was just like, "Whoa!"
Like, stop.
I was like, "Whoa, dude! She's 3. She doesn't know what work is.
Yeah.
Right now, all she's doing is seeing her dad choose that phone in his hand over her daughter, regardless of work, play, whatever. That's all that she sees. So I dropped it, and I addressed that.
Yeah, because she don't really understand it.
No.
Everett's the same way. Everett's got to that point of like, you ever watch the Family Guy episode where Stewie?
I've seen every Family Guy
Right. So
episode,
where like
yeah.
Stewie's like, mom.
Mama.
That is Everett.
Oh yeah, but both
Everett does it all the time, and Everett changes it up. He's like, Dad, Daddy, Dad, I need your help. Dad, I need your help. Dad.
Yeah.
I'm like,
I love
Everett.
a child's persistence to be acknowledged.
Oh,
Like
100%.
like my kids will say things, and I hear them the first time, and like because you're an adult. We got here in a second. I got another question because we got to save this for the fatherhood episode. But like when you're an adult, right? Like we'll be in the gym as an example, and you might say something to me that doesn't need any verbal affirmation to me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like you might look over the shoulder, hey, one more set, and I heard it, and I'm like, okay, and I don't have to say anything. Like we know that, and we're adults, and that might be like a relationship thing, that might be a universal thing, but with children,
no.
hey, Dad, I would really like a slushie, for an example. Okay,
Right.
in the back seat, I'm driving, but something's going on, or maybe someone's in the front seat, and I'm having a conversation with them. Dad, I want a slushie. And I heard it, but like I'm finishing what I'm doing up here first. So,
Yes.
But he doesn't recognize that because he's 5, or they're 3 and 5. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
So,
right.
Dad, I need a slushie. Dad didn't acknowledge me, so he didn't hear me. Dad, I want a slushie. Dad, I want a slushie. Dad, I want a slushie. And I've heard it 4 or 5 times now, and I'm still not done with what I'm doing. So finally, I'm just like, hey, 1 minute. Hey, buddy, I heard you. Just because I didn't acknowledge you, I'm sorry I didn't. I'd explain what's going on. And that's how I know that I've grown and that I can handle this, because like,
I think it's great. I think it's great that you said that, because it's hilarious. Because
Yeah,
it's funny that we go through that same exact thing, because I have a 3 and a 5-year-old, and
Yeah.
Everett's the same way.
Yeah.
Me and Dakota was just going down the road yesterday. We're having a conversation on our way back from the field trip. Like we're on our way home. Me and Dakota's talking, and Everett says something like so spontaneous, like we're not even near it, we're nowhere in it, and he's just like, "Hey, Dad, I want to go do this," and we're nowhere around it. Like, hey, I
Yeah.
want a slushie. We're not
Yeah.
even near slushies. We
Yeah.
wasn't around slushies.
yeah, right.
And then he's
30
just like,
minutes from the closest slushie.
yeah. And then me and her's in there talking, and like you said, you acknowledge that, you hear it, like you've heard it, you've heard him say that, and then you're like, hey, hold on, Coda. Everett, I hear you. Yes. When we get back, we'll figure out what we can do. Okay, me and Mommy's talking. Let us have this conversation. Like he does it all the time, and it's funny with kids. But I'm so glad we're going to have that episode, because I think we're going to bring in on trying to tie my buddy, our other buddy down, Dustin, to get him on that episode, because he has
Yeah.
2 little young kids.
Yeah,
I think
that'd be great.
Caden's 5, and then Lucas 2 or something. They're close to our kids.
Yeah.
So it's funny, because like we're all going through the same thing, and we're all friends. So it's really a fun story.
I
But really, I want to tie it. What was your question? Go ahead. Sorry, my bad.
Well, what did you want to tie it to?
No, go ahead.
I want to ask you, like, you've shared something with me about your children and music,
Mhm.
and that I think it's really interesting that one of your children really gets down on K-pop.
Oh, bud, let me tell you, music. Oh, and I'm glad you asked the question.
Yeah, so like where?
Because the episode that we want to talk about is music, and it's
just
funny.
catch it up, just
Yeah,
get into it.
having a good time with it. So yes, my my oldest is. Have you ever watched K-pop? You ever watch K-pop Demon Hunters? Don't say yeah. If you haven't, man, I don't know what your problem
I've
is.
seen the commercial for the Netflix thing at the gym or whatever.
K-pop's got some bangers. My little soda pop.
So, but all right, so I might be ignorant to this specific genre of music, but like I've never really dove into the K-pop thing. Is it in Korean or is it in English? Like, can we understand it?
No,
And where was he exposed to it?
No, so it's a full English movie. Like it's. I mean,
Is it a movie or is it music?
No, it's a movie. So it is a.
But K-pop is a genre of music.
Yes, K-pop is a genre music, but K-pop Demon Hunters is a movie, and so the movie is kind of like a musical to a point, right? So the objective is it's really weird. So if you really look into it, it's really kind of got a deep meaning, in my opinion.
Are they slaying demons?
No, so it is demons, yes. So it is K-pop Demon Hunters, obviously,
In the
right?
name of Jesus Christ?
So that's what I'm thinking, right? So the way, if you really look at it, they're singing songs, and like in my mind, it's like they're preaching the gospel. And
Well, I mean, are they glorifying Jesus Christ,
No,
or are they
no,
just
they're not.
fighting demons?
No. And then you have like demons coming up, and they're trying to prevent the demons from turning people bad. So what they're doing is they're singing.
It's a just cause, yeah.
Yeah, so they're singing really good songs.
Okay.
Right? And then you have like these demons come up, and they create like a little boy band. So it's a boy band against the girl band. So you got the girls.
A demon band?
Yeah, demon band.
Dude,
and
I
so
bet
they're singing
slay.
it.
I
And
bet
so
they're-
Everett kind of got, he's seen it come up on TV. All these kids were talking about it. And then he was like, Dad, can I watch it? And I was like, okay, we'll watch it together. I watched it, man. Honestly, it's a banger.
Okay.
I can watch it, and I can get down to it. Now, Everett is one of those, the whole music thing is Everett loves music.
Yeah.
Everett loves
Awesome.
music.
I love to hear that. That's great.
So does Elliot. They both love music. The problem is that Everett is 5.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't know the words fully,
Mm-hmm.
so he's learning them. So he's over here singing like, just think about the wheels on the bus go round and round, for instance, right? And he goes,
Round and round.
so he's not saying the full word.
Yeah,
and so
yeah.
when he sings it, he keeps repeating it and repeating it. And I'm like, Everett, you're going to have to say the word, buddy. Like, you can speak.
Just
you
up
know
there, just vessel vein above your eyebrows.
Like,
just popping, yeah.
he knows the words, and his mama gets on to him too, because like we sing all kinds of songs.
Well, that's what
Me and you've had the conversation about it. Like, we have, I am not a genre-based kind of guy. I will listen to anything and everything.
Okay.
I have no problem with it. It depends on what kind of mood I'm in.
Okay.
So sometimes, if I'm outside, man, I'll listen to like country music. And then I'm really big into like folk music.
Okay. All right. And that's cool. So, I mean, your children, your child was influenced by that genre of music because of, pop culture and the influence, and, he saw it, wanted to watch it, and it was a cool movie.
It's a huge thing. I'm surprised that you haven't seen it.
I mean, I've seen, again, in the gym on the TVs above the treadmill, like I've seen and read while I'm walking, but
like it's everywhere. And now it's really a big thing. Like, I think those people who did K-pop, like the movie, I think they're real. Like, obviously, because K-pop is real.
Yeah.
So, and I think it is Korean based. So, like, there's like a big tour going on with like the people who really sing it, and it's huge.
Oh,
and,
sure.
And like,
I know it's massive.
I mean,
yeah.
if I went trick or treating this year, and it was wild. Like, most of all the little girls, are dressed up with like K-pop Demon Hunters. Like, the little girls, a lot of boys were dressed up in like the Demon Hunter outfits, and it's like I guess it's like a huge thing, dude.
Damn commies.
It's kind of like
Not my
how
daughter.
Labubu's took off.
Not my daughter. No, man. So like I was really just wondering, because K-pop, especially to be in a rural area in North Carolina, would not be a genre that I would expect most 5-year-olds to get down to. But that makes sense.
Me and Dakota don't jam out to K-pop. Me and Dakota do not sit back and say, "Hey, we want to listen to K-pop today." No, that's not how it is. I'm a big like Tyler Childers type of fan, Sam Barber.
Okay.
Like,
when you say you have a wide taste of music, like, I mean, that can mean a lot of things to a lot of
Everything.
people. So I mean, like I guess why do you have such a broad taste? Like, I mean, like, why do you feel like
you should listen to certain, like, not listen to just one specific genre?
I guess what I'm asking is it just you're based off of what you feel? Like, I mean, you don't have playlists or a specific
No,
genre. It's just you get in the truck and hit autoplay, and then something comes on, or like.
No, it's not that it's not that I hit autoplay. Like,
Do you have anything that you play when you feel a certain way? Like, you might be really happy, and you know what, dude, I want to hear da-da-da-da-da today, and then you pull them up. Like, do you have any musical preferences like that, or you just ultimately like, hey man, play whatever, anybody shuffle?
I'm a big, I guess it depends on how I'm feeling really, but I'm a big Ren fan. Like, have you ever listened to
Like MC Ren from?
No,
okay.
like the guy, his name is Ren. They call him Ren, R-E-N.
Yeah.
And so I listen to him a lot. Like, I pull up his radio station, and like a lot of the songs that are on his, like on Spotify, that's what I listen to a majority of the time. And then indie folk music is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where like you get like all the different, like a
there's
lot of the different music.
I know indie.
Yeah,
for
so you
sure.
get a lot of that. And like it's not really crazy, because that's where you get like I don't know. Would you classify Sam Barber and Tyler Childers as indie folk music?
So I know Tyler Childers, and I would say that's a form of folk music. And Tyler Childers sings gospel now. A lot of people don't know.
Well, he
that,
sings
but,
a lot. He's always sung gospel,
right? Yeah, you're right.
and
But
so
I mean,
he's released different albums with it. And so I listen to all of his albums, and
Yeah.
that's what's weird because like I don't just say, oh, I can only listen to this Tyler Childers song. No, it's like I
Okay,
will listen
yeah,
to all of his
'cause
music.
I
Sam
like
Barber,
that,
Sam
yeah.
Barber's the same way. Avett Brothers, but I'm a big fan of them too.
oh yeah, you like
Now,
the Avett Brothers?
I
They're
went and-
liberal. You know that?
It's okay. Me and Dakota, dude,
I'm just kidding. We're gonna get some.
Dude, I don't care if you're liberal or whatever, dude. Okay, so me and Dakota we worked for Carport Central years ago, and we went to like what was that, Dakota? Like a bluegrass festival or what is it?
Yeah,
Merle Fest.
yeah, dude.
So we
Merle
went to-
Fest is awesome.
so we
Merle
went
Fest
to-
is one
so we
of the
went to-
biggest things ever.
So we went to Merle Fest, dude, and like we heard this one band called Scythian. Dude, I'm gonna tell you what, they're from Ireland, like Dublin or something like that, and it's a banger.
that should tell you something about Merle Fest. I mean, a band came all the way from Ireland to play at Merle Fest. It's a big thing.
Oh,
But-
it's a huge thing. So like, yeah, I don't really. So it's not like I have to listen to certain songs, but I listen to everything. Now, the only thing that really kind of gets to the point, like, hey, I really get tired of listening to it, is my buddy Dustin. He listens to a lot of rap, and I have no problem with rap. I love rap, like I love it.
Yeah, it's
but like
got
some of
its
his
place.
stuff is like crazy banger, like crazy stuff, and it's just like I can't understand a lot of it because a lot of rap has changed into it's like a different genre rap, I guess. It's called mumble rap or something like that. And I can't understand everything,
yeah.
and it stresses me out. But I love rap. I love hip hop. I like old school hip hop.
Okay.
Big fan of that. R&B, huge fan of it. Like I mean, Biggie, Tupac, like those are my favorites. I like listening to.
How much? When did you start listening?
T-Pain.
When
Lil
did you?
Wayne.
Oh yeah, no, I remember all
Eminem,
that.
yeah.
When did you start like listening to music? Do you have like a core memory of like being in a? Because I know exactly when I know exactly where I was. I was in the backseat of my mom's Honda Odyssey listening to 104.1 when I was like. And I remember we were leaving the house to go somewhere. I couldn't have been like 7 or 8, but like
Right.
I remember the radio and listening to whatever was on the radio at that point, thinking like, wow, I like music. I want to explore. I want to listen to more music.
No, so
You don't have nothing like that?
No, yes, I do. So my family is I grew up in like they listen to like one specific genre,
Which is?
rock.
What kind of rock?
Like
That's not a specific rock. Is like,
no, like okay, so
I mean,
like
talking
Kid
like
Rock.
Thrasher.
Kid Rock, all
God.
those. Okay, so check this out. So I remember sitting in. I remember being a kid. My mom's told me a story, and I have pictures from it. But I remember this like crazy. I was standing on top of a kitchen table. You need time? It's 10:30.
Okay.
So I sat on top of a kitchen table, and I remember this growing up. They listened to like all this kind of stuff, right? And I remember sitting on top of the kitchen table, and I was singing "Ball with the ball, the bang, diggy, diggy, diggy." Said the boogie, said up,
okay.
jump the boogie.
Yeah.
So I was probably Everett's age, bro. And I remember it. And so my family grew up with listening to like, I grew up around rock,
Yeah.
like heavy metal, rock music. And I have no problem listening to it. I love rock. Like I listen to all of that.
Rock and roll will save your soul, brother.
Yeah. So I listen to like, I grew up with like Ozzy Osbourne, Bon Jovi,
Okay.
like I grew up with classics, right? That's all that's all my dad and mom listened to. It's really weird. Like my mom she went to Christian school over here at White Plains.
Yeah.
And then she got with my father, and it went all downhill from there. And so my brother is very big into music. Now his type of music is like he wants to go to like mosh pits and like and throw ragers and headbang, like heavy
Is that really
metal.
something that he should do?
Oh, he loves it, dude. He gets his man. He calls it his. I forgot what he calls his arm, but it's funny because like after
Yeah, I was like-
he gets in there. He's like, man, I'm gonna throw my arm around, and he sits there and he'll launch that thing around. He gets on there, dude. He's got videos of him like crowd surfing and having a blast.
Wow.
And see, when I say I have no preference on genre, dude, I've grown up listening to rap, techno, heavy metal,
Yeah.
Irish. Like Dakota gets on to me sometimes, dude, because sometimes I will feel a banger and I feel some type of way, and I'll get on there and I'll throw some bagpipes on, bro.
Bro, let me tell you something. You seen Sinners, the movie with Michael?
Yes,
All right,
yes.
the damn
They got
river,
some good songs.
yeah, dude, the river stomp dance, the
Yep.
Rocky Road to Dublin, dude. My son loves that song. No, I'm asking all these questions because, like,
What about you though? Like, how did?
music for me is emotion given form. You
Right.
know what I mean? Like, music is you can't like you can see the band playing it, but you can't see the notes like come out of the speakers, or you can in SpongeBob. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like when Squidward's playing his clarinet, and you can see the notes come out at the end of it. Like, it's not like that, but you can feel it.
Yeah.
And music for me has always been something that has been present in my life.
Yeah.
And it was never really even like pushed on me as a kid either. It was just like, again, dude, I remember being 7 or 8 and like hearing a song on the radio and recognizing that was like country music. I was in like 3rd or 4th grade, country music. And then I think one day my dad turned it to the local bluegrass channel around here, and I was like, wow, okay, that's kind of like country, but like it's so
different.
It's different, like, wow. And I just remember being really young and hearing all these different sounds and like feeling the emotions that maybe that I have never felt before. Dude, I there were so many songs that I like found as a kid and listened to the first time that I didn't really recognize what they were talking about or coming from, or even how to feel where the artist was coming from when he recorded that song, because I was like 12. Like, dude, I mean, do you remember back when iPods were a thing? This is before iPhones, okay?
Yep.
You remember you had like the skinny iPod, they were colored, had a wheel on them and a screen. It was like the iPod Nano. Then
you had the iPod Mini.
Yeah, so the Mini came out before this one. Okay, and I got a green iPod Nano 4 for Christmas. And I didn't know anything about how to use it or anything like that.
That was back when you could, like, I don't want to commit to a crime, but you could get music
and
I
didn't know how to do that.
Yeah.
So I just remember, like, I had a couple of CDs that people had given to me for Christmas and whatnot, and I was just like, okay, well, I can burn these CDs onto the computer, and then I can put those MP3s. Listen, dude, I sound so old right now, and what's crazy is, like, dude, if someone who was born in the 80s or was a teenager in the 80s right now is listening to me explain oh my God, dude, this is so crazy, because, like, they had cassette tapes and, like, could not even, like, oh my God, oh man, this is insane.
It's funny because you're talking about the iPod, but I remember hopping on the bus and, like, kids would have
CD players.
players.
I had a CD player when I was younger.
And I had like the gray CD player. You popped the CD in, you burn CDs. And I had a buddy come over and like open up a binder. He's like, here, man, you want to listen to rap? You want to listen to country, bluegrass, whatever? Here it is, dude. Pop a CD in there.
And that's a nature of this conversation that I was hoping would present itself, is the evolution of music, and then the evolution of the availability of media, and how, like, now we're so privileged.
Oh yeah,
because
we're spoiled.
like, listen, dude, I had a Chris Brown CD, I think, which is terrible, you know, but like had a Chris Brown CD. I had the Carter One from Walmart, and then an Aerosmith CD and like an Eagles CD, and that was it. That was all the music that I had access to at the time. And this was also before any streaming. The only thing that you could stream anything on was YouTube, and it was old school. Someone had like recorded the MP3 and put it up to YouTube.
No,
that was it.
Dude,
that was it. No, back in the day, dude.
LimeWire, bro. LimeWire was so big. That's where everybody got all their music, was LimeWire.
I'm talking about comparative software. Like, now you can get on SoundCloud, Spotify, Apple Music, and stream music and not actually buy the individual. Back when I'm talking about, I did this, bro. You could buy one song for $1.99 a pop on Apple Music, right? And you could either buy the album, you could buy the song, or you had Pandora. Pandora was it. Internet radio is a thing. That was it. That was as close as you could get to unlimited whatever without getting on YouTube. So I had these like 4 CDs burned into my iPod, and then it was 2007, because it was 2007, bro. It was 2007 because we were on the way down to the beach, and I had this iPod, right? And I was listening to something in the car. My mom pops John Mayer's Continuum album in, and dude, I'm telling you right there, that was when I heard John Mayer's Continuum album, however old I was in 2007, on the 2007 Grammy nominee CD, Waiting on the World to Change, John Mayer's track was on that album. And along with Gnarls Barkley's Crazy, there was a Dixie Chicks track on there. I mean, it was just the 2007 Grammy nominees CD.
Right.
Was just mind-blowing. Just all these different artists and sounds and everything for me in the car. And I was just like, I needed more of that. So I put that CD on my iPod, and then that was all I had. I had a Lil Wayne CD, you know. And then I got a couple more Lil Waynes. I was a huge Lil Wayne stan because grammatically, phonetically, and the way that he articulates his words and his raps and whatnot. I mean, he could say something and have 3 or 4 or 5, 6 different meanings behind that one sentence that he said 4 minutes ago, and you're still like he's been rapping the whole time. Like I was really, really interested in
what he was saying.
in the poetry, and you know, at that time, Lil Wayne's cool. Like, you know, you're in middle school, right? Like whatever. But I go up to my dad, and I was like, Dad, like, you know, can we go? I asked him if we could go to Walmart or something so I could get a new CD, and he was like, why you want to do that? And I was like, well, I don't have any new music. I've listened to everything that I got, and I just want to put more music on my iPod.
Right.
And he said, son, go out in the garage right there. Go out in the garage and look on that shelf.
And he had CDs for days.
Dude, I'm talking, he had like 4 plastic cube, like bins filled with everything from old school country, outlaw country, Hank Williams to like Temptations, Motown, beach music, Beach Boys. There was another Aerosmith CD in there, Eagles. I mean, just this Van Morrison. I mean, I could sit here for another 20 minutes and just rattle off all these names that most people have never heard of now because, like, you know, that's old stuff.
See, like, I'm glad that you can remember this kind of stuff because, like, my mind, I don't know why my mind doesn't work that way, but, like, I can't remember. If you play the song, I can remember it, like, lyrically to a certain degree, but I can't remember the artist, and I can't remember the name of the song.
Oh, dude, I'm talking about.
I think I don't know if it's because of like head trauma or whatever, but I can't remember a lot of it. Like I can't remember any of that.
I don't know either, but I can tell you
because
that
your level of remembrance, especially of music, and this is where I don't understand because like I don't know why why you didn't go more into music because like
I'll tell you,
yeah, your level of music is there, and like your brother is.
He's a music director.
He's a music director.
Yeah.
And like
who also just had a baby. I'm an uncle now. Let's give it a round of applause for my uncle who did just have a baby.
Hey, there you go, dude. There you go, man. Oh, it's not on, buddy.
It's okay. That's fine.
I ain't got time.
But no, dude, Dad had this giant collection of music. And so like then I was a nerd at that point too. So I start backtracking and going through like, wait a minute, dude. Like, all right, so first we just had gospel.
Right.
Then you had blues and country and folk music and bluegrass around the same time going on.
Yeah.
Okay. And then that evolved into soul and rock and roll. And then rock and roll went off on a tangent for, you know, a couple of decades and spit out all these different forms and various artists and sounds and styles and whatnot. And then rock and roll kind of faded from the primary sound, and then hip hop and rap and all this R&B exploded everywhere. And then country's still going on. Country's been here the whole time. So like throughout the last probably 70, 80 years, just music has evolved. And we would not have rap right now if we didn't have the Temptations back in the 60s.
Oh yeah.
Like the way that music has evolved. I mean, some artists literally sample old recordings of old R&B artists from like the 60s because there's so much. I mean, there's a plethora of music out there, and I hate being in this position right now because there are so many great names and artists just running through my mind that I want to like just shout out, like Eric Clapton, Derek and the Dominoes, Etta James. Oh my God, like there's so many going on in here that I just can't. Allman Brothers. Oh my God, I'm having Zach Top. I'm having a like all of this stuff
is a lot. Yeah.
Was happening. And they recorded it in different ways, and the way that they used their instruments, the way that recording technology and studio technology evolved, the way that you listen to it evolved, the availability. Like, dude, music videos in the 80s and 90s
it's wild
were a whole cinematic movie.
Oh,
I mean, Travis Tritt has 3 songs. Travis Tritt is a 90s country star. He's got 3 songs that were put together in this music video trilogy. It's not on YouTube. You have to Google it, but you can Google Travis Tritt trilogy. And it's like, dude, he was a war veteran who lost his legs, and it's Travis Tritt in this video for like 8 minutes, and he's in a wheelchair, like committing to the role. Like, it's just insane. So like, for me, music has always been there.
Like the old MTV type music.
Yeah,
when you go to music videos, dude,
yeah.
it just throws up like the old like skate type music videos, like where it's like so grainy and you can barely see it, and it's just like, oh, it's
some of them are, and then some of them are so artistic and different, and like just everything, and everything about it.
It tells like a story. Now I kind of like feel like we're too spoiled for that because like it's
kids today don't know the struggle of, and just like we don't know the struggle of like piecing together a playlist on a cassette tape. You know what I'm saying? Like that was a thing of the decade before us. Like, you know, so for me, music has always been there. And as in 6th grade, when I started middle school, that was the first time that music was offered as an actual elective or a course. And my dad had played trumpet. And so I've got all this music going on at home, like Hootie and the Blowfish. I remember listening to Hootie and the Blowfish, and then like 3 years later, he like came out as Darius Rucker, you know, and I was just like, wait a minute, dude, like no, like I know all these things, and then all these rappers are referencing these old R&B artists, and you know, talking about Rick James, and then I'm like, well, who is Rick James? And then I go and listen to Rick James, and he's a super freak, man, he's super freaky.
I'm so glad you brought up Hootie and the Blowfish though, because like when he came out as Darius Rucker, do you remember when I think it's like Key and Peele or whoever it is, they did that
Darius, yeah.
We want Hootie. We want Blowfish.
Yeah, no. So like for me, I was in band in 6th grade. I played the trumpet because my dad played the trumpet, and 6th grade was before any athletics started either. So like I was new kid at school before I really like met any of the football team or made any really friends or anything like that. I was in band. And then 7th grade came, started playing football, made a couple of friends, and most of those friends are either in art or chorus. Nobody's really in football and band. And so 8th grade came, and I wanted to spend more time with my friends, so I got out of band and took art. And I actually could read sheet music at that point, but kind of wrote it off. And I was like, oh, okay, like I'm going to play sports, can't play music and sports because, you know, you can't be in the marching band and play football. And like, if I want to play football, these are my friends. So like, and nobody else in our group was really
into that
musically inclined. Like we were all just really into having a good time playing football, doing physical stuff. But nobody in our friend group really ever got a guitar or anything like that.
You're right. A lot of people did more chorus and stuff like that. See, I wish that I had the musically inclined bone in my body. Like I wish I could pick up a guitar and just start playing it.
Well, see,
and like I've honestly thought about just getting one and just trying to figure it out and learn how to play, because I don't like I've tried it and I don't know what it is, man. Like I'm more on the athletic spectrum than it is the musically inclined spectrum.
I said that for the longest time. I would explain my brother and myself that way. Like, I got all the athletic genes, he got all the music, and both of them are offensive to the other party. Okay, because it
takes a lot of athleticism to do what they do in music.
Oh, yeah. I mean dexterity, control, fine motor movements. I mean, listen.
One of my favorite instruments that I've always wanted to learn how to play is a piano.
Okay. And that's one of the simpler ones to learn. I mean, simpler compared to the theory laid out on a piano keyboard compared to a guitar fretboard. Theory is insane. And I don't even want to get into the theory behind music right now because, I mean, I'll just lose everybody. But, like, I believe, and this is going back to the success episode, the cost of success, right? I believe that anybody can achieve or do anything.
Yeah.
As long as they figure it out. Like, dude, again, if you're and we will use my experience and my approach to self-teaching myself the instruments that I try to play.
Yeah.
Notice I did not say that I can play these instruments.
Yeah, but you're not bad at playing guitar.
I try, and here's thank you for that. Thank you.
Yeah.
Not a long time ago. I was 21 or 20.
Right.
So 6 years. Okay. After high school and throughout school, like, I mean, everyone did listen to rap in school. I remember you listened to a lot of Disturbed and like heavy metal like that, but that was really as heavy as I was ever exposed to. And I really dove into like Mac Miller, Lil Wayne, J. Cole, like 2016, 2014, 2013.
But see, that's
that era of rap was just popular in high school,
but
right?
See, that's where my genre never, like, I listen to both. That was what's so weird. Like, I listen to both of those.
Well, see,
and techno was really big for us.
For me, this is after 4 or 5 years of having that giant collection of records. So it's like, all right, I've gone through the last 70 years of music, right? Which is an ignorant thing to say because, like, obviously not everything. I still find new music from that period of time, new bands, new artists, new songs that I love. I still find new Eagles songs. I still find new records.
So when you got to middle school, you kind of narrowed that down and you kind of went down to Mac Miller.
I think
Wayne.
It's also part of like the influence of pop culture has on young
kids.
People, you know, especially in then friends groups. Because I mean, if you're trying to fit in with a bunch of like bunch of jockey football guys, and you're coming up, guys. Have you heard Don Henley on this Eagles record? Like, play some Lil Wayne, dude. Like, nobody wants to listen to that old. I can't tell you how many times I've gotten in a car and people have been like, "Oh, don't give it to Ben. He's only going to play some old." Like, no, dude. Like, there's like, listen.
We have that person in our friend group. Like, it's kind of funny because like every time we hop in the car,
let me put you on, bro.
Yeah,
let me put you onto this, bro. You ain't never heard this before, dude. Yeah.
We have that person because like Dustin's the one that's like, oh man, you got to listen to this.
Yeah.
And then you have like Dakota who listens to her style of music, and her style of music is more like she listens to like country, Taylor Swift, like all those types of things, right? And then you have like Dustin's wife, Caitlin, and she's over there like, man, this is kind of like boring because she's grown up on like the whole rock side of stuff.
Sure.
And I'm just like, okay. So we always joke, and the reason why I say that is because we always joke about like, don't give the aux to Caitlin because she's gonna be playing some Ozzy Osbourne or something, and we're gonna be sitting there like, okay, guys, let's go.
I mean, I remember exploring through the older stuff, and then really by that point, dude, I can't get enough music. Like, I never thought about playing it, never thought about actually being performative or anything like that. Just I love getting in the car. I don't have to talk to you in the car, dude. I'll put in my headphones and I'll ride for 2 hours, and I love this. And then
like, listen,
So, and then throughout high school, you go through several changes, and the years after school, you go through changes, and then I'm finding, I get out of I get out of what I was listening to and just started getting into new stuff. I can tell you exactly where I was the first time I ever heard a Grateful Dead song. I can tell you exactly where I was the first time I ever heard the Beatles as an adult, not as a kid, but like I Pink Floyd, like all of these bands. Jimi Hendrix. My son's name is Hendrix.
Yeah.
He has had a guitar since he was born.
See, that's what we used to listen to, was like Pink Floyd and all that.
Well, see, and I love that, and all of it has its place. And John Mayer, all of it, and then folk music like Mount Joy, and then all dude, there's so much that I haven't even mentioned yet that if anyone were to stay, I would probably stand up and jump and shout and all the funkadelic. Oh my god, like all this stuff. Okay,
that's why it's so hard to like. I feel like it's so hard to just pick a certain genre because like you're missing a lot out there.
Oh, there's
like,
so much.
And if you listen to like. If you step away from like certain genres and you go to something else, yeah, you may not like it at first, but I feel like if you listen to the message, and some songs just have that perfect message that is just like, man, it hits you emotionally, physically, and you're just like, gosh, this is where it's at.
Well,
like, that's where you get like your gym bangers, your work, like all of that, like your sports songs, everything like that. It has its place. So why do you think they put like in cinematic movies, they put cinematic music? You know what I mean? Because it gets you feeling good. It gets you excited. And so like if you were to open up, your horizon. That's why I can't say, oh, I don't like listening to that. Like I joke with Dakota all the time, like
something new might be the craziest thing you've ever heard. And you love it. Yeah.
I look at Dakota, I'm like, no, I don't want to listen to. I really didn't want to care. I didn't care to listen to Taylor Swift. Like I did not care to that. Now, like if she plays it, it's like, okay, yeah, I get where you're coming from. It's,
sure.
Lyrically, it's there. Like if you listen to some of the songs, it's there. It's not for everybody. I'm not going to sit here and say, oh man, I'm going into the gym pumping Taylor Swift. You know, but I will listen to anything, especially for her. I will listen to anything.
Well, sure, because you're a good husband.
Yeah, but I'm saying like it don't even matter if I didn't care to. Like she put song on. She's like, hey, I need you to listen to this lyrically. You may not like the way it sounds, but listen to the words. And see, that's my hardest part is because like I just hear it and I'm like, no, it turns me off. But now it's like, no, I've opened my horizons even more to be like, hey, I have to be more open to this.
Let's give this a shot.
Yeah, I have to give this a shot. So that's why I'm always like, hey, if you want to play some oldies, like if you want to play whatever you want to play, dude, I'm down to listen to it.
Well,
like,
and then,
I don't care.
And then, giving it a shot, but then being honest. Being honest, if when someone shows you a song and they're really excited to show you, and then it's just like not your cup of tea. Oh yeah, but it was great. And like, no, man, tell me how you really feel about it, because music is emotion given form, and I love that. And one of the things that is really cool is to expand on just the song premise, but like I feel like most people nowadays don't listen to albums in their entirety anymore. Like, I mean, dude, that's really the only way that I listen to records is like first of all, every album that I have in my Apple Music library, I have the vinyl. I have the vinyl record of that record
saved. Yeah.
So no, like the physical record,
like
and in my closet. Yeah. So
you saw like my brother. My brother's the same way. He's a big vinyl record kind of guy. That's what he likes.
And so now that I have access to all this music that I can download and stream, I'll listen to all my stuff, and it might be a classical jazz album, John Coltrane. I might click start on Blue World John Coltrane album and just let that ride all day. Or I love letting Eagles albums play. One of These Nights is probably one of the greatest albums just to hit play and let ride. Journey of a Sorcerer is one of the greatest instrumental tracks I've ever heard in my life. I love the Eagles, dude.
So do you have a genre of music that you can't listen to? Like you hear it and you're just like, no, I can't do that.
Black metal. And by black metal, I mean like satanic worshiping, like outright bold, outright worship of Satan.
So you've gotten really crazy on it. I was gonna say like Beethoven, bro.
No, I love Beethoven. I love classical music. It's great, dude. I've listened to classical music in the gym. I have done squats listening to Darth Vader's theme song conducted by the orchestra, like John Williams, dude. Like I love.
I think it really depends on
soundtracks.
I think it really depends on the classical song. Like I just can't really get into it a whole lot.
But no, I mean,
so with you asking me that question, do you have like certain genres for everything? Like if you're waking up in the morning, you're like, hey, I have to listen to this song in the morning. Or like on my way to work, I have to listen to this.
No.
Or at the gym, do I have to listen to this specific song?
I lost my AirPods like 3 or 4 months ago, so I actually have not been working out with music at all. I've just not bought any. So when I'm working out...
I quit working out with music when I work out with like friends and stuff like that. Now I keep my headphones on because I just don't like, I don't like talking to me.
But like I like showing my kids cool stuff, and if I'm feeling good, I do typically gravitate towards like 70s, late 60s and 70s rock is what I gravitate towards when I'm feeling good, just driving, having a good day, like want to sing something,
Yeah, I get Snapchats all the time about it.
That's what I
you gravitate more towards that.
But I mean, sometimes I'll listen to Dream Theater. I'll listen to damn Jeff Healey's awesome. I mean, dude, there's so much that I can appreciate and just be feeling good, and caffeine really plays a big part into that too. Like, but for me, dude, there came a point where I had been listening to all this music, was really enjoying just music, man.
Yeah.
And I was working, didn't really know what I was going to do, had a lot of free time. I mean, at this point in my life, dude, the only thing I did was work and then go hang out with my friends. No kids, didn't really have anything. I was saving money, trying to like buy my own house and stuff, like early 20s. And my buddy John, I'd go over to John's house a lot. We'd hang out and drink beer, and he had a guitar. And so most nights we'd sit out, watch the sunset, and drink a beer, having a good time on the farm, and John would be picking guitar. And I'd be sitting there watching him, like, yeah, it's cool. And I'd be on my phone, whatever, not really. But then, like, the more that he started to progress as a player and play, one night we was over there, I was like, bro, you got another guitar? Like, do you have another one here? And he was like, actually, yeah. And so he showed me some stuff, and I'm really just like, bull crapping. And he was like, Ben, why don't you said your fingers are just really wide. I think you have fingers better suited for a bass guitar.
Yeah.
And so I was like, okay. And I went to Old Neil Music on Main Street, walked in, and I bought a bass guitar right off the wall, bass amp, everything. Rick hooked me up. Rick, great. And so from there, I have this guitar, I have this amp. I actually have one. This is not something that is only available to me at like my uncle's house or a friend's house. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have a bass guitar now.
Yeah.
So I'm going to play it. And so I went home, and while I was at the store, man, I bought all these like books, because they have like little workbooks that you can open up, and it might be bass for beginners or bass aerobics or like rock bass 101 and like music workbooks. So I mean, I bought a bass guitar and an amp and a couple of those books, and I know at this point I know that I've done some stupid things,
right?
But I'm not a dummy, and if I really try to learn, if I try to learn, not just do some cool stuff, like if I apply myself, if I sit down and like try
and learn the basics and go that way,
I can play this instrument because this is fun. I like the way it makes me feel. I like the way it's in my hand. And so, dude, for months, that's what I did. Like I would get off work, and instead of going to John's house or hang out with anybody, I'd go home, I'd plug my bass in, and I had a smart TV, and I would pull up YouTube on my smart TV and just search like how to play bass guitar 101. And then you learn how to pluck it, like how to play it. You read your books with it, you progress. And then all of a sudden it recommends on YouTube, 10 easy bass lines, play for beginners, and then you click on that video, and then holy crap, 3 of these songs are, some of your favorite songs that you listen to.
Yeah.
So then it really gets exciting because you can apply it yourself, and then you feel yourself getting better. And dude, I'll tell you this. Earlier, I used the term I try. I try to play bass guitar, I try to play ukulele, and I try to play guitar.
Yeah.
I don't ever tell anybody that I can. I don't ever tell anybody that like I'm good or anything. It's just something that I enjoy to do. It's something that stimulates my mind and it makes my soul happy. Like I like the way it feels when I do it. I don't ever care. I don't ever care to be a performative player. I don't ever care to like record an album. But like I want to be good. I want to get good because, dude, there's nothing cooler to me than like having an hour and 2 hours of just sitting on the porch, nothing to do, shredding guitar, picking guitar, different types of music. Just like to make it is awesome and explore and create.
Because it's kind of like it's your piece.
Oh yeah,
like that's where we've talked about this on, you enjoy writing in your journal, but like there's nothing like you picking a guitar.
Well, see, dude, there's really not, and thank you for saying it. But the closest thing that I can explain it to something else that I've experienced is like, you ever be playing a video game and you just can't beat the final boss, bro? Like you've tried 20 times to like finish this game and you can't do it, and then one day everything's just flowing right, and you said, you know what? No, dude. Like I know how to do this. I know what's coming, and I can do it. And you've dedicated time, and you got good at that skill, and then you achieve it, and then the game's over.
Yeah.
Okay, with music, the game is never over.
Yeah,
okay, the game is never over.
It's never ending.
So like it's one of the most creative things that you can do as a person, and that was just something that like none of my friends, except for John was the only one of my friends at that time that had music for me to like, man, maybe I can do this, right? And then I start bringing my bass over to John's house. He's playing guitar and I'm playing bass, like we're playing together.
Yeah.
And then, oh wow, like this is cool. We sound like dog. This is cool. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a recording of us trying to play Last Dance with Mary Jane, and John's doing okay, and I'm over here on this bass just terrible, just all over it. Like, and so what I tell everybody is like, you're gonna be you are gonna be for like the first maybe year, 2 years, depending on like some people do have natural ability and gifts and talents, right?
I think it depends on how much effort because like
if you
have a lot of time to put into it, you could probably learn it really quick.
I stopped playing as much Red Dead Redemption. I stopped playing as much PlayStation
and put it more towards the instrument.
And then that really just once the bass kind of got cool, like okay, dude, like I can at least I can fiddle fart around on a bass. Like I wonder what a ukulele's like. And so I got a ukulele, and that was really cool because it still had 4 strings, but some of the chord shapes are the same shapes on the ukulele, but they're different chords on the guitar. So like it was still something that was just like, wow. And you can experiment with finger picking, and you can get into blues on the uke, and then you can get into the Lilo and Stitch stuff. Like, there's all this crazy stuff that you can do, and you can do it on the bass too. And then I was just like, wow, dude, music is so cool. And
it's kind of crazy because like the different sounds, like how you're saying, like you can take those chords and put them towards different instruments. It's kind of wild because like if you ever, you listen to someone play the same exact song on not just like a regular guitar, but a bass guitar or ukulele, or then you go to a piano, or you go to like a violin, like the sound.
And they can be transcribed to be the exact same melody on the different instruments, but they're different.
Is crazy. Like I've seen this one lady, like she takes people's songs and like she plays it on the violin, and she's huge for it. And it's crazy, man. I'll tell you, like that would probably be another one of my favorite instruments. I don't know why, but I think a guitar, I think a violin, and a piano.
Pianos, you can get a keyboard and like really, you can get a keyboard and really learn some stuff. And to be honest, now it's something that
and drums, man. I don't know why. I've always seen a drummer, and I'm just like, yes, man. Like they are killing it. They're having a blast. Like yes,
but no, I think that anybody can teach themselves if they have determination to do so. I feel like anybody can do anything. It's going back to the cost of success, right? Well, what is your goal?
Like how much effort do you want to put
in this instance? I would like to be fluid enough to play guitar that I could play this song by memory. I would like to. My goal right now.
No, what's your instruments that you would like to learn besides guitar? Because you already have a guitar, you already have bass guitar, right? and you already
Yeah.
have a ukulele.
Yeah.
So if you can pick those three, which we already know that you're trying to play, which you do really good at, I mean, you're doing good. So what other instruments would you say, hey, I want to learn how to play?
I play an electric guitar. Can I say an acoustic guitar?
No.
Then I would say
just what other instruments besides guitar?
a dobro,
A dobro?
which is basically like a guitar. Dude, Leslie, I named my Les Paul.
All right, guys. So Ben
named
Ben
my Les
Nichols
Paul
is
Leslie.
a guitar. He's a guitar player, guys.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. That's
all
what's
type of no, all
that's
type of
what's-
guitars.
that's what's so funny.
If it's a bass guitar, an electric guitar, an acoustic guitar, a ukulele, if it's anything that resembles a guitar, shape, size, whatever it is, guess what? He wants to learn how to play it. That's it.
Listen, I would really another instrument that I think would be really cool to be able to learn how to play is the banjo. I think that but you got to be really, really intelligent to learn the banjo because it's strung differently and all this other stuff. But
Dude,
no, dude,
you're killing
please,
me. You're killing me on the
please,
okay.
please do not tell people that Ben Nichols is a guitar player because I am not. And if you ask any of the 5 members of the band that I toured with for the last year and a half, like I know, and maybe that's.
Well, you enjoy it and you have fun. You're
I
trying,
do,
like
and that's they know that's
Yeah.
but like you said I'm not bad or I'm okay, I'm doing okay.
But
like,
to them, you're
thank you. I've never had a lesson, and I'm a YouTube guitarist.
Yeah, but
okay,
you're also not the type of person like you said. You're doing it for your enjoyment,
Yeah.
for you to learn
And-
it, for you to say
yeah.
you could do it,
Yeah.
and for somebody to sit back and listen to you. If I didn't play instrument professionally, which I do not, you sound pretty good. But obviously, like you listen, like Tim and all of them listening
Dude.
to you is like, dude, you're dog crap.
yeah,
Like, you don't
it
have
kills
to
them.
fix this.
It kills them.
But
I'll
that's
get on the bus.
that's the difference. Like you're not doing it as hey, I want to perform as a
Yeah.
professional. You're doing it because, hey, look, I find my peace in this and I find my enjoyment. And it's like, I'm trying. Like you're learning it all by yourself. It's not like you're out here paying. You're not paying Tim to say, hey, Tim, I'm going to pay you $100 an hour for you to teach me how to play guitar. You know what I mean?
I would, if I had the time and the money to literally get some real teachings from an actual instructor, I would. But honestly, man, like, listen, this is what I really want to drive home with this music thing is, you don't have to play it to appreciate it. And I know that there's a song out there for everybody out there who's like listening to this pod right now. I know that there's a certain song that they throw on whenever they feel a type of way. I know that they have a genre or artist or a certain collective, maybe a playlist, maybe they like the Spotify shuffle, maybe they like the randomness, like all music, regardless of whether you can play it or not, regardless of what kind it is, dude, is emotion given form. It's one of the greatest achievements of mankind. It's one of the coolest things that mankind has ever done. And as long as new music is being written, recorded, performed, I'll be happy. I don't think there will ever be a day where music will stop. I think it's kind of something that will always ebb and flow and evolve. There might be a new genre a decade from now that we have no idea. You know what I'm saying? There like so many things are just enveloped in the 5 words that make up the word music, 5 letters that make up the word music. And I want MUSIC. Yeah, I did that in my head. So it's like, like
he's sophisticated, baby.
As long as music is a part of your life, whether you listen to it, whether your kids like K-pop, whatever, let it be there, embrace it, go to it and enjoy it, revel in it. Because there are people out there all around the world right now that have never listened to half of what we have available to. There are people right now that have never heard the Beatles. There are people right now that have never heard, whoever your Beatles are. You know what I'm saying? So like, let music be a part of your life and enjoy it and really explore. Walk through albums as if they're movies. Like that's one of the coolest things to do is listen to a project in its entirety. And if you're someone out there like if you've been thinking about getting into music at some point, I didn't know this when I went to the store and paid $350 for a bass guitar brand new, but you can walk into a pawn shop anywhere, wherever you live in your city, a pawn shop, Facebook Marketplace. If you're just getting into it, bro, don't worry about the brands of anything. Just find an instrument that you want to play. Make sure that it's not like broken or whatever. If you have any questions, find somebody that knows, ask them about it. And dude, you can find an acoustic guitar for $100-$200 on Facebook Marketplace in a pawn shop all day. I got my son's electric guitar when he was still in utero for $85 in a pawn shop in Charleston.
Man, I think it's
so like if it's something that you want to do, whether it's guitar, drums, ukulele, whatever, go buy one. Go buy a cheap one
and go try it.
Go try it. You got YouTube, dude. There is so much free educational music content on YouTube. Hey, what's up, guys? It's Marty Music. Like Marty Schwartz, Daddy. Like, well, just if it's something you want to do, you'll never regret it. Because here's what's happened to me like 4 or 5 times in my life, bro. I've done it, and like I've had a lot of free time, and I've gotten really invested into it. And then boom, you have your second kid. So now you got 2 kids that are sleeping at 8 o'clock, and you can't practice guitar. Yeah. Boom, now you're sick. So you don't. Now you got work. Now you got this. Like, if you buy one, you can always go back to it. Yeah. Like, I can't tell you how many times I've stepped away from actually playing and life has progressed. And then one day I walk through the door and my guitar's in the corner. It is always there. And it is always going to be there.
And sometimes even if you step away from it, I feel like
you come back better.
Yeah, you come back better from like to it, and you get to learn that. And like I'm glad we got to have this conversation, because like it truly shows, and I know they're going to see it too, that it truly shows like how passionate you are about music. And like you said, I think music is not.
Imagine a world without it.
Yeah.
Just try to just close your eyes for a second, bro. Close your eyes for a second, and just try to imagine how plain and dull
life would be without it.
I mean, and you could still hear all these other sounds. You can still hear people coming down the stairs. You can still hear, like, I'm not saying you go deaf. I'm just saying close your eyes and imagine a world without your favorite song, without a movie, without an orchestra violin strings playing as the blue sky pans over into the house down below, and then the camera zooms into the house and the movie starts. Like, imagine what life would be like
without it.
Without music.
And I think that's the greatest part, because like you said, man, like it truly shows how passionate you are about it. And I think that's what everybody else is going to take from this, because like you're so passionate about music, and not just because like just imagining life without it, but like you've actually taken the time to invest, like, hey, I really want to learn this. I'm devoted to it. And like you said, you're going to feel, if you feel some type of way and you have that song, it helps you through life. And there has been so many songs out there and music that has been produced that have saved people's life, and that's what's crazy. Mm-hmm. And people don't look at it, and some people might not even look at it and think on that broad of a spectrum and say, you know what, man, this song just saved my life. And in reality,
changed your life.
Yeah, you might hear that one song lyrically or whatever it is, and it changed everything and anything about the way that you're living, the way that you're doing. And you may, like, it's weird how you said, hey, they like K-pop, because my kids, man, it's crazy when they hear gospel music. I don't know what it is. They love it.
I love gospel, man. Gospel is some of the great.
I grew up around gospel. I grew up with it. My granny is really big Christian. My mom went to Christian school. Like, we grew up in the church, and everything.
Oh, brother, We're Out There soundtrack has some of the greatest gospel tracks ever recorded, but do not limit your horizons to that specific soundtrack.
And so I'm telling you, the gospel is there. My kids love it. And so that's why I will never limit them on what they want to listen to. That's why everybody's like, oh, you let your kid listen to K-pop. Well, why wouldn't I? Like, it makes, if you've seen the look on my son's face when he sings that, or he gets to sing like the soda pop or whatever it is, dude, like it lightens it brightens their day. They have a great time with it. And so, like you said, man, if you get to pick that song, like I have my days where I just want to listen to some sad stuff. I'll be out there mowing.
That's cool. That's
and
fun.
Dude, I've been bawling my eyes out on the mower, and I'm just over there mowing grass and crying, listening to some like folk music.
That's what it's for.
Yes, dude. Like to be able to express yourself emotionally and find you something that you love. And so, man, I know it's coming up on time. You got to go pick up your little girl, and we're going to end today's episode. I really don't have a man card or not this episode. I don't know if you do. If you have anything come up to mind, but I didn't really think about it because, like me and I wanted to get this out.
Man card or not, listening to Taylor Swift.
Dude, I'm not going to say that you lose your man card because of that. I think it's a genre of music. And hey, look, dude, if I was lucky enough, I'm hoping my wife will come up with a song to sing about wood for me.
Are you setting me up for a punchline right now?
No, dude. Like, oh, look, dude.
You want your wife to sing about your wood, bro?
Yes, dude. Swiftie made a song about Taylor Kelsey's wood.
We were just talking about gospel, and while we're on the gospel,
guys.
some of the greatest harmonies that you'll ever hear are in gospel music. Not like the lyrics too, but the harmonies themselves are just.
Look, so if my wife could sing, I don't know if she wanted to do music for the rest of her life, and that's what she did, I might slip her a couple dollars for her to sing a song about wood. For me, that's a pump up, dude. Just imagine turning on the radio and hearing that, like for a guy, that's just like, whoa. I don't know. Is it man card or not for you? You're just against the Swiftie, huh?
Fortunately, I find myself in a relationship with someone who is not a Swiftie, and also her music tastes are even broader and wider than my own. So I mean, that's no, but I don't think you lose your man card by listening to Taylor Swift if you're riding in a vehicle and it's like a choice by someone else. Now I'm telling you, dude,
If you're riding down the road jamming out to yourself,
I won't judge you, bro, because I've ridden down the road and I've jammed out to Beethoven before. I've gotten into my car and played For Release and then just like max volume and let it go. So some people might look at that and be like, "Oh, you're a sissy for listening to Beethoven. Oh, you're a sissy for listening to Taylor Swift." So no, I don't think you lose your man card. But personally, have you ever heard of the Allman Brothers? Have you ever heard of Government Mule? Have you ever heard of there's so many there's so many more options other than Taylor Swift right now, baby. You don't have to listen to her.
Look, dude, I'm not going to judge on what my wife listens to or what anybody else listens to. I don't think you lose your man card if you listen to Swiftie. And like I said, if Dakota was to write a song and it would be about trees growing outside and she happened to name
big black horse and a cherry tree.
She happened to name it wood then or rock hard. I don't know, maybe then I would not be mad. So yes, guys,
you really put me in between a rock and a hard place.
It's all good. So, guys, we enjoy you listening to our episodes. Like I said, it's just going to be me and him talking back and forth. And, I enjoy this. I don't want it to just be about
heavy shit all the time.
Yeah, heavy shit all the time. I want to be able to get out here and open up and me and him just talk. And you're going to see Dakota on. Dakota's coming on an episode with us. We're going to try to get her in here hopefully soon. She's recovering and she's been wanting to do it. So it's going to be fun.
Blah, blah, blah.
And then we have a lot of other guest stars that are wanting to come on. And so, guys, subscribe to our YouTube channel, our TikTok, all of that good stuff. And then we're going to be trying to release episodes. The episode release dates may be changing because our schedules are changing. So we're going to try to keep it.
The times they are changing.
Yeah, we're trying to keep it as even as possible and try to keep it on schedule. But obviously, it's life. Life is changing. My oldest is starting wrestling season. So it's everything's opening up a little bit. So
the times they are a changing.
Well, guys, I hope you have a great night. Enjoy your day, and
pretty sure that was a Bob Dylan song.
Listen to MENTAlk. Listen to it. Enjoy it. Embrace it. Love it. Create a song about it. Rock hard.
Yeah.
Good. Whatever you want to, baby.
Dude, love piece of chicken grease.
Hey, if you make songs and you want to write a little intro for MENTAlk, hey, hit us up. I'm honestly down for little jingles.
Dude, I'm down for that. I'm honestly down. I would love, dude, this is just a spitball idea. And I would love to get maybe some local musicians on the show, do an interview, maybe do like some type of not here in this studio, but maybe like a live set somewhere for a local musician or something and record that, incorporate that in the show or something. That'd be really cool.
I think it'd be fun.
Yeah. So,
well, guys, stay tuned. Look for all the releases. We're going to be changing it up a little bit. We're going to be having some guest stars come on. It's going to be fun. It's going to be enjoyable, and we're just going to get back in here and talk.
MENTAlk.
Mental K.
Minty tea.
Have a good day.
Tizzle tizzle.
I'm terrified of what I'll never know.